My name is Ajulu Chukwuokagwe, in case you're just joining us.
And my name is Nonya Mwokoe. It's so good to have you on Good Morning Anambra show today. And we so much appreciate your joining us every day, Monday through Friday, for the show on Good Morning Anambra. You're welcome.
Joining us this morning to be our guest on the newspaper review segment of Good Morning Anambra is Sir Jerry Obodo, who is a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Sir Jerry.
Good morning, AJ. Good morning, my sister here. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, the Anambra, and happy to be with you. Happy New Month.
You're welcome to the show. All right, let's begin with taking a look at some of the stories making their headlines on ABS website. Soludo visits Iowa Odepe assures of interventions on more roads. Anambra Trade Commissioner urges state diaspora community to explore investment opportunities in home state. Anambra Assembly Speaker Udeze seeks a stronger collaboration between church and government to raise moral tone of society. Ajali community showcases cultural heritage as traditional ruler Ezenwangu celebrates second coronation anniversary Otute Festival. Simon Ekpa jailed 6 years by Finnish District Court. A CD Old Tar sworn in as 9th president of African Development Bank Group. Earthquake claims more than 800 lives in Afghanistan. These are some of the stories we're trending this morning on ABS website. Sir Jerry, as charity begins at home. Let's begin with our stories from here.
Okay, thank you. One of them is Soludo visits Iowa Odepe assures of interventions on more roads. You know, Mr. Governor, as we know, is already turned the Anambra State into a construction site. Everywhere you go, you see roads being constructed here and there. He has done some at Iowa Odepe and that axis, and still assuring them of more to come. So, you know, we can't exhaust the road interventions he's doing, especially even in the capital here, Oka. A lot of roads are being done, unlike before, you know. Take, for instance, the road from Ifite, Oka. As you approach from Ifite, you just climb up the bridge and enter into the other side, the town. But it was not like that before. Everywhere, everybody converges at the Aroma Junction. So that will help decongest. And even that road, you know, is leading you, if you are coming from Aroma area, this high tension, it leads you from there and you bust to Express. So, you know, a lot of roads are being done in the state by Mr. Governor.
All right. Okay, we say kudos to the government of Anambra State there.
Yep.
And that's what leadership should be.
Of course, and that's what... let's take another story from ABS website. Talking about Anambra Trade Commissioner urging state diaspora community to explore investment opportunities in home states. When you travel to the northern part of this country and even southwest, Lagos specifically, you will discover that the development you see there is not done actually by the indigenous people. It's mostly based on the foreigners, you understand, well, let's say non-state indigenes, you understand, that made it possible in that area. So what the Trade Commissioner is, saying here is that such development in area of buildings, industry, business should be replicated in this part of Anambra State. What's your take on that?
Yeah,
Century?
my take on that is that n'Igbo na-asụ na Igbo sị na akụ ruo ụnọ okwu onye kpatara ya. So the importance of our people in diaspora bringing their investment home cannot be overemphasized. Also you have to fall back to what you have at your home.
All right, before we leave ABS website, let's look at this call by Anambra State Assembly Speaker Udeze, seeking a stronger collaboration between church and government to raise the moral tone of society. I don't know, this call, when you compare it with what we see these days in our society, in our younger ones, even elderly ones that are supposed to lead by example. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, his call is very apt, very germane. But you can say something, and another thing is somebody to pick it up and utilize it. So the church is doing their bit, but the children or the kids and even the adults, are they hearkening to it? Okay, for instance, indecency. The church is preaching against indecent, but you see some people still indulging in it. So I call for a change of attitude from the general public and the society.
All right, let's see what the dailies have for us this morning as we delve into the tabloids to see what stories we have this morning, starting with the Daily Times newspaper. At the mast, we have terrorism. Federal government may apply for Simon Ekpa's extradition. And we also have here 44 million Nigerians enrolled into National Health Insurance Scheme. That story you can find on page 13 of the Daily Times newspaper. And the banner headline is screaming Nigeria threatens reciprocity as US cancel valid visas. Also on the front page of the Daily Times, NSA, Kaduna government knock El Rufai, say he left state in ruins. Well, to confirm that, you need to go to page 2 of the Daily Times newspaper to know if that is actually true there. 2027 presidency, bringing Obi back to PDP would destroy party. That's coming from Wiki. That's, you can see the details of on page 4. Diaspora remittances surge to $600 million monthly, fueled by CBN reforms. That's coming from Dabiri Erewa. And then we have Indonesia approves $1.3 million scholarship for Mocha to train 96. And then last but not the least, on the front page of the Daily Times, global demand lifts Nigeria's non-oil exports to $3.2 billion. Quickly, let's see what we have for you on the Punch newspaper this morning. And then we have it here. Terrorism trial. Federal government may seek Ekpa's repatriation after Finland. 6-year jail term. And then we have writers there saying government will take further action after judgment review. AGF ruling warning to extremists. Information minister. And also at the master of the Punch newspaper this morning, Nigerian embassies hit by unpaid rent, salary arrears. 2027, PDP, obedience tackle Wike over Jonathan Obi. Dangote fuel export surge amid foreign refineries shut down. $600 million monthly diaspora remittance, proof of reforms. That's coming from federal government. And also we have here strike threats. Resident doctors give federal government 10-day ultimatum. 60-year-old man arrested for raping Lagos lady. Oyetola blames wooden boat as accident, claim 92 lives. And that's all we have for you on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper.
I thought this issue of rape has, really stopped, because there was a time it was on alarming state. But these days, this is the second I'm seeing this week. There's one I read of a barber, you know, somebody that, a man that barbs that
yes.
raped a young child. I saw that yesterday, and this one is coming again. So what actually is going on? I thought a lot of people have been, you know, their mental health state have been, you know, stabilized or something like that, and this is coming up again.
Well, it goes up and goes down. For the past months now, we have not gotten the reports of these rapes, but you can see that it's rearing its ugly head once again. It's not a welcome development at all, and the full weight of the law should be meted on the offender, okay, so that to serve as a deterrent to others that are intending to indulge in such, act. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the banner headline is talking there on the Daily Times newspaper. Nigeria threatens reciprocity as U.S. cancel valid visas. Well, it's a simple thing. If you put your house in order, nobody will come and make a mess of it. Now Nigeria is threatening, based on the tariff, the banner, the restriction the U.S. is placing on Nigerian travelers.
Yeah.
And now Nigeria wants to do the same. In what way do you think that will even affect the U.S. government? What's your take on that?
Yeah, my take is on like you rightly pointed out, if your house is in order, why are you running away from your house? So how many U.S. people are rushing to
Nigeria?
Right, yeah. So, some of these visa cancellations affect some of the political
okay, that's the main reason they want to retaliate.
Yes.
That makes them. If it's ordinary man, no reaction will come from anyone. Okay.
So most of them are the
picture
people
is getting clearer.
Most of them are the people that runs to U.S. For one thing or the other to repatriate their money, or looted ones or genuine ones, and other things. So that's why it's affecting them.
All right. Now the interest of the federal government in repatriating Simon Ekpa. And that it appeared in these two papers, where FG may apply for Simon Ekpa's extradition, and the FG may seek Ekpa's repatriation after Finland's 6 years jail term. So what do we call that?
Well,
finally he's been jailed.
He's jailed in Finland, but yeah, not in Nigeria.
Yes, they want to bring him back to jail him in Nigeria again.
So I don't know what their interest is, but the take home there is that Finland is not Nigeria. For them to have looked at the case before them in the court and all that and jailed him shows how advanced they are. If it is in Nigeria, no one knows how that case may go. So I don't know why they are seeking repatriation. Let the man suffer his case there.
All right, let's move on to the next paper for review. The Vanguard is on hand. Jonathan to Keyamo Odinkalo, keep off my political journey. Okay, Jonathan is warning Keyamo and Odinkalo, which riders there says, keep off my political journey. I don't need your counsel. Jonathan, 100% qualified for race, says Azibaola, ex-president's cousin. He's being deceived. Fielding Obi will spell doom for PDP. Wike speaking. Adds, I won't run for presidential. Notes El-Rufai's calculation about Tinubu wrong. Nigerians, not APC or PDP, will decide 2027. That's coming from Atiku. Now on terrorism, FG, okay, we've seen that story. NMPCL, Total Energies, Sapetro seal PSC deal on 2 offshore oil blocks. Empowerment of bandits. FG tackles El-Rufai, says claim baseless. Nigerians in South Africa mobilize for Super Eagles against Bafana. Childhood cancer, 400,000 children diagnosed annually. That's coming from WHO. Botched agreement, resident doctors threaten nationwide strike. Power-hungry politicians seeking to remove Tinubu. That's coming from presidency. Rivers local government poll, Obi Labour Party condemn election. Go to court, RISIAC tells aggrieved parties. All right, quickly we move on to the next paper before we talk, and that's the Daily Independent newspaper. Rivers look, okay, we've seen that heightened fears over 2027 general elections. It's mockery of democracy, rascality taken too far, coming from own Peter Obi. 2027 election, politicians asking Jonathan to vie betrayed him in 2015. Politicians asking Jonathan to vie betrayed him in 2015. That's coming from Wiki. Okay, NUPRC and MPCL Total Energies signed deep water oil contract. Life expectancy in Nigeria worse than war-torn Ukraine. South Sudan. That's coming from Obi. FG Hill's conviction of Simon Ekpa by Finnish court. City auditor assumes office as Africa's FDB president after our own. What was that his name?
Adeosh.
Is it Adosh?
Yeah.
No, I've forgotten his name. Okay.
Ade something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. A lot of stories trending on Daily Independent and Vanguard. Jonathan has come up to, warn people to keep off his political journey. This race is getting more interesting. The political space in Nigeria is getting interesting by the day. Jonathan speaking for the first time. I don't think I've heard him speak before concerning this issue of, politics.
Yeah. He's entitled to vie for any political post in Nigeria. He has done his bit when he was the president of Nigeria. Maybe there's something he forgot in
at the villa that he needs to go and fix.
At Aston Villa. I wouldn't say let him go and do whatever he wishes to do. But if I'm him, I may remain the statesman that I am with my good name. But to go back to murky waters of Nigerian politics, let's see how it goes for him.
All right, I'm really concerned about childhood cancer recorded here by WHO, 400,000 children diagnosed annually. You know why? Yesterday I saw a disturbing video on social media about a girl that is suffering from kidney problems. So they are kind of pleading for support to help see whether the girl can get better. And when I saw that video, in fact, I was deeply troubled, and I was asking, what could be the cause of a young person suffering kidney problem? The thing kept repeating in my brain throughout the night. So what actually is going on? Do we call that exposure to, environment that are not okay, or is it the eating pattern? What actually is going on with this diagnosis here and there?
Yeah, one is the problem that one came out with from childbirth. Okay. I know of a small girl that was just born, and she was diagnosed for having a heart problem. Okay. It has a hole
in the heart.
So with that, you can now say what has caused that, because he hasn't even come into the world properly. So that one is one. Then another one is medical, personnel have posited that some of these cancer problems could be caused by the environment and what we feed on. So these junk foods, some other things that triggers it are the causal factors.
And you can imagine with the state of health sector in Nigeria and the threat by doctors going on strike, and you know, you can imagine what will happen when these children are taken to the hospital for medication. Nobody will be there to attend to them. So
it's a very big problem for, you know, and the government is, federal government is not helping matters.
They are busy chasing their 2027
the election, you know, instead of taking care of the demands of the, you know, the medical personnel and even the lecturers. You know, the lecturers are also threatening for strike, you know.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next paper for review this morning, and that's the Guardian newspaper. And we have the banner headlines screaming, local carriers struggle as foreign airlines rake in $1.7 billion from Nigerian market. And then we have a graphic, you know, illustration of how this is actually panning out there. Finished court jails Ekpa 6 years for terrorism fraud. And then we have how integrity, character stopped Wike from eyeing 2027 presidential bid. Laughable. APC, state government, El-Rufai trade wars over insecurity in Kaduna. Bago dissolves Niger cabinet as earlier reconstitutes in Benue. And then we have here Nigeria to reallocate dormant oil blocks, signs new production sharing contract. And then also we have here at the mast, federal government set up committee to address foreign missions debt. And also CSO laments state defiance of Supreme Court ruling on local government allocations. Federal government urges traditional medicine practitioners to standardize products. Sincerely speaking, I concur with that. Quickly, let's go to the Daily Trust newspaper and see what we have for you. Ekpa jailed, Kano's case drags. That's on terrorism, the banner headline on the Daily Trust newspaper. Over 800 killed in Afghanistan earthquake. Abuja Kaduna rail tracks to be restored in 10 days. Motorists react as CNG price hits 380 naira per SCM. And then we have suspected gun runners nabbed in Castina. You can see the cache of ammunitions and guns there, and you begin to wonder, are we actually in war? Is this a war zone? What's happening? That question is for our, you know, paramilitary and the rest of it to answer. Quickly.
Okay, I want to understand this this headline. How integrity, character stopped Wike from eyeing 2027 presidential.
I think I might be going down to the newspaper
presidential bid.
To the newspaper stand to buy this. To buy this paper. I need to read in details now because some of these politicians presume that they are gods.
Maybe
I don't understand why.
Maybe he will help us to really understand what the headline better.
Well, you know, as far as I'm concerned, politicians, you can never you know, pin politicians. You know, they say one thing today and do one thing, do another thing tomorrow. I would not be surprised, even with what is said there, that Wike comes out to, you know, try to pick a form for any of the parties, either APC or PDP. So forget what they write in the papers and what they say. As far as Nigeria is concerned, they hardly, I don't know how to describe, most of the politicians are not,
they speak from
both sides of the mouth, and they are not shameful, you know, kind of people. You know, so that's why most of them, they are not, there's no integrity and they are not reliable.
Are you
But he said
questioning the
his
integrity that he has? Are you
he,
questioning his integrity?
and character.
From what has been playing out,
Yeah.
one should, deduct that he's not stable politically.
Okay.
You see, how can somebody be in two parties
At the same time.
at the same time?
It's because either party wants him,
So
whichever way. But now let's talk about
his mouthpiece now.
Yeah, either
PA.
party wants him. Yeah, that's what it seems. Talking about $1.7 billion being made by these carriers, we have some from Africa, Egypt Air, Ethiopian Air, South Africa Air. There's no indigenous carrier here. And look at the figure, the astonishing figure. Nigerians, like somebody will always tell you that any part of the world that you go to, you don't see a Nigeria. You better run. Any part of Nigeria you go to, you don't see an Igbo man. Better know that that place is not fit for human habitation. And now we have 1.7 billion that is being taken away from us by these foreign airlines.
They are wrecking.
Don't you think it's high time Keyamo should concentrate on how to make Nigerian airline work rather than talking about good luck Jonathan's political journey? What's your take on that?
They leave what is important to chase shadows. Whatever ministry or organization that one finds himself, he should strive to make it better and to leave it better before he leaves. How many indigenous airlines are there flying international routes, save for peace? So if he's doing well, more of the indigenous airlines should have joined the race. So why the foreigners are raking this billion of dollars is because the airliners are foreign airlines. So it's unfortunate that that is happening, but that's the situation now until Nigerians, invest in such ventures.
Okay, let's see this picture on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. This is highly worrisome, sincerely speaking. You can only see this kind of things. You can only see this kind of things in Hollywood movies, but this is actually live ammunition, and you can see the gun, everything. And now they said this is a suspect. Now, what happens to other of such that we have that has not been uncovered? And this will make you understand the huge threat we have, talking about kidnapping, banditry, insecurity, all of it. This picture is actually really scary.
Very, very scary. And, but people like us, analysts, knows that this thing has been going on. This is the weapon that these terrorists use to, indulge in the mayhem they are doing to the people as kidnappers, as terrorists, as bandits. This is what they use. The question is, how do they come about the guns or the weapons? So that's the question for the Nigerian government and their porous borders to answer. So that's the thing. Also, the government are not also helping matters. If you don't equip your army or military men with this sophisticated weapon, they can't engage this kind of equipment. So they should be equipping them well with the sophisticated and modern equipment. You can't have AK-47 and fighting for AK-49 person. So they have to be sit up in whatever they are doing and tighten up the borders and the way illegal arms, ammunition come into this country.
All right, let's look at the blueprint. That's the last paper we have on hand, but not the least. Let's see stories making the headlines in front of the blueprint. Now, FG hails Simon Ekpa's 6-year jail term by Finnish court, 10 months after arrest. Police intercept suspected gun runner, sees GPMG, others in Katsina. Okay, that's the picture we just talked about. Yeah. At UK summit, Federal Inland Revenue Service boss Adedeji charges global leaders on cross-border crimes. Dangote Cement extends scholarship to Kogi communities. High interest rates on deposits reduce consumption by $151.6 billion. World Cup qualifier, Ekong, 2 others hate Super Eagles Uyo camp. Bring Obi back to PDP, destroy the party Wike wants. Tackles El-Rufai, insists Tinubu will win 2027 election. Ex-governor plotting to destabilize our state. Kaduna state government speaking. Okay, these are some of the stories we are trending on Blueprint this morning. Now, bring Obi back to PDP. We've seen that story in virtually all the papers we looked at this morning.
And it's coming from the man with integrity and
yes, yes. Okay.
You said bringing Obi back to PDP will destroy.
Yes, yes. We destroy the party.
With integrity and character.
And at the same time, he's tackling El-Rufai, and he's insisting that Tinubu will win 2027 election. Now, when they say some things, you begin to think, are these people the electorate? Are they the people that, vote in candidates? It goes a long way to show so many things that are wrong about the electoral process in this country. We are not yet in 2026. You are talking about 2027, and you are talking with every confidence in you that you're going to win the election and or whatnot. So what actually are you saying? How do you know that, or how do you know that you're going to win the election? These are some of the questions that could be playing out in the minds of Nigerians at this point.
Yeah, like I've already explained why you can't place your hand on your trust on any politician in Nigeria is because of what is playing out, the way they speak. You have not gone into a contest and you open your mouth to say, I will win. That means you have some ulterior motives and some applications you want to manufacture. But if I say, I'm going into this contest believing that my people will vote for me, I'm praying that they vote for me, and I'm convincing them. That's a civilized way of addressing people. So the way they talk tells a lot about them. A politician.
And for him to say this, can't you see now that it's confirming why he had to step down, why he said he's not going for presidential ticket?
Okay.
Looking at this headline now, bring Obi back to PDP, destroy the party Wike wants. Then he goes on to say, tackles El-Rufai, insists Tinubu will win 2027. And again, he is saying in the other paper that his integrity and character is making him not to run for 2027, the same person.
Yes, that's why I say he's speaking from both sides of the mouth. You can't place your hand on the Wike, So, whatever pans out, we know that Obi has his own game plan. Whatever pans out, we are here to see it, But for him to be saying that Tinubu will win is not a very civilized way of, you are telling people that maybe you are already thinking of rigging the election. So that's the thing. There's one thing I want to say here before we go into another thing. FG Hayes from Blueprint. FG Hayes Simon Ekpa's 6-year jail term by Finnish court 10 months after arrest. The federal government is here hailing, the jailing of Ekpa, whereas Nnamdi Kanu is here languishing in DSS detention facility for almost of 4 to 5 years now. So what does that tell you? It tells you that we are not, the federal government is not sincere with the approach to the way they handle things. You brought somebody to court, produce evidence you have against him, and the defendant also comes to court and defends himself. Within 1 year, 2 years at most, the case is dealt with. But you see the federal government coming up each time with spurious, new things that are not related to what they are doing, just to retain the man there. So I'm so disappointed with them hailing Ekpa's jail, whereas you have done nothing to the kind of you have here in Nigeria.
All right, look at the news in front of the Blueprint, where Dangote Cement extends a scholarship to Kogi communities. I think Dangote is really trying to, help government in providing scholarship for Nigerian students. At the same time, while they are extending scholarship, they should also look into other things, like the young girl that died, that the sister was lamenting that they didn't do anything for that girl. So in as much this one they did is quite commendable, But looking at that story of that girl, the girl died yesterday or 2 days ago. So I don't know your take on that. Even as much as they are doing this, we commend them, but they should look at other areas.
Yes, I also commend Dangote for extending scholarship to Kogi communities. What he's doing is what is called corporate social responsibility. Some of the big organizations don't even do that. They just amass the profits and nothing comes out of their catchment area. So I commend him. And also, like you rightly pointed out, these cancer patients, sickle cell patients, they should also look into that direction. Okay. I mean, the Dangote group, so that there will be sense of belonging to them. And I also commend the government of Anambra State for deeming it fit to give free education, for primary, secondary, levels.
All right, I think before we wrap up the show, let's look at this earthquake that happened in Afghanistan. Yeah. 800 is not, these are human beings that were massive. Counted.
It's massive, yeah.
The news is in ABS website, is equally in the papers we read out this morning. So I don't know what is happening if, what is it called? If gun did not hit them, bomb will hit them. This time around, it's natural disaster. I don't know. This is so pathetic. 800 people. And according to the news we read this morning, they said some communities, their houses were built with bricks and, not bricks, mud walls and wood, something like that. And it's easier for them to be swept over by natural disasters like this.
It's very, very unfortunate situation there. Sometimes you wonder if there are still human beings there. Because you keep on hearing death. Yeah. There, like you say, is either a bomb blast, killing a lot of people, maiming a lot of people, damaging houses, or you hear shooting here and there, people dying. Now we are hearing of earthquake.
Well, let's
consuming
take,
800 persons.
On a much more optimistic note, let's see what the papers talking about Vanguard and Blueprint talking about Nigeria Super Eagles facing the Bafana in this make or mark World Cup qualifier. Sincerely speaking, the Super Eagles have not been in any way close to being super. But let's see what happens with these two matches they have between Rwanda and then the Bafana, if there might be any chance of us making it to the World Cup. Sir Jerry, what do you think Nigeria needs to do differently in order for us to secure the 6 points, valuable 6 points? Currently, we are fourth on the log. 6 points behind South Africa, or 7 points behind South Africa. And people are already saying that let's just go and rest and begin to plan for the next one coming in 2030. Because this one seems like it's already gone, it's already beyond us. Do you see Nigeria having any glimmer of hope in making it?
AJ, let me tell you, I am not comfortable with the way Nigerians do that. You know, the way
you're talking, sir, you've lost hope. you are in the...
How can somebody be in fourth position and you want to topple the third, the second, and the first?
All things. I can do all things. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens. There's nothing impossible.
Do the work when the work presents itself now.
FIFA is not Nigeria. We are fourth person come first. So I can tell you that. Then, like I said some time ago, except the miracle of the man happens, Nigeria qualifies. Otherwise, we are out of the race.
But do we even need to qualify? If you're not good enough, sit at home. It's as good as that. If you're not good enough, sit at home, because you had equal opportunities like this and person stopping the group. But you didn't take your chances.
They didn't take chances.
And now you're looking for miracles.
So you have checked them and seen that they are not good.
These guys are not good enough.
Okay. All right. Jerry and Ajolo. You know, they've lost hope like every other person, you know, where Super Eagles are. But we'll rise again. Nigeria is rising again. And everything is rising.
We are rising where the ladies are.
Like I said,
the ladies are keeping us.
Like I said, if the miracle of the man happens, we can do it.
All right, that's just about it on the press review for this morning. We'd like to thank you so much. Condolences to the people of Afghanistan on what befell them.
Our heart goes out.
All right, this is thanking you so much, Jerry, for being here this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, do sit back. We have more coming up on Good Morning Anambra Show.